Salute, salute, salute. Peace and power. Peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people of struggle. Salute, salute, salute. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space of love. Know that this is a space of learning and getting learned up. Know this is a space of educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for questions, answers, comments, concerns, conversation, dialogue, intelligence, analyzing, gibber and jabbering, and all that. Know that this is your space. This is a space where we seek unity, a united front, all on a path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration of class. Please keep all funding information in the chat for the duration of class. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management assistance, please book an assessment. Do not wait until you are triggered beyond your ability to control yourself. No, it's too late then. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, intimate relationship abuse, please book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the alerts, things that you may have missed in the past. Get this information that will definitely be of some assistance to you. Remember, the life you save could be your own. It's a late night. Had a lot going on today, as I do every day. But I had to get this in. Oh, I had to get this in. Too much yip yap, too much going on. There were definitely other classes that could have taken place tonight. Most definitely. However, I think this needs to be discussed. I really do. I really, really think this has to be discussed because enough is enough. Yeah. And a lot of people may be surprised by my stand on it. But I'm standing firm and tall, okay? So somebody please tag IceCube. Yeah, he's a class favorite. Tag IceCube. While you're at it, tag Slick Rick. And while you're at it, tag Ghostface Killer. Okay? Yeah. Okay? But first, we gotta get down to business. Who is in class tonight? We see Jeff Spark. It's in the spotty spot. What's going on? Hey, Wood. I see you, A Wood. What's going on? How are you? How are you? Huh? Uh-oh. We got an educator in the building, April Brown, up late night. Uh-oh, let me find out. She ain't got school in the morning. Merklo, what up? Uh-oh, Bushhead, what's going on? TC, salute. Oh, we got disobeyed. Everyone and everything all over the universe. I knew he was coming to the spotty spot. Yeah, yeah. Salute. He's in the spotty spot. Mark Lewis, please put all that beautiful merch up in the chat. Cool K Kane, what's up? E Blended, what's going on? How you? 55, yeah, you got a 55, hold that. Tierra Green is in the spot. Freddie, what's going on? Mr. Gold, 075, 55. Take that with you. Sultan, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Cousin, what's going on? Yes, indeed. Terrence Butler's in the spotty spot. Take a 55. Yeah, hold that. George Johnson, what's going on? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. L Young, 55 gang. 55 it is for you. Yeah, you done missed quite a few classes. Live 55, that's what I'm talking about. Whole lot. See, Blades, what's going on? Yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Jewels, what's up? Last year makes 50 years of mass incarceration in America. I hope we can see changes in 2024. The change in that is the changing of the mindset of our people. Yes, indeed. Turner Ira. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What's going on? Eric Ford. What's going on? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Gazer on the game. What's going on? Yes. Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving. Hearts TV is in the spotty spot. Let's go. Now, look, this conversation, man, I don't know who reinserted it. You know, people are in a space now where they are just making an attempt to go viral, making an attempt to bring subscribers, to bring viewership to wherever they're at, wherever they're on IG, on TikTok, or Musically, I don't know, all the new shit, whatever these people are doing, they're using AI. That's why when you see me, I'm just the way I like my women. Natural. No extra additives and preservatives. No heavy equipment all around. Big old microphones and all. Listen, you hearing it clear. Y'all hear me, right? Y'all hear me clearly, right? Okay. That's all that matters. You, me, you. So people are in the habit of just throwing things out there on Twitter, throwing things out there on IG, posting on Facebook to create these conversations. You understand? To create these conversations. So all of a sudden, we have a conversation about who is the better storyteller in hip-hop. Commercial rap. Biggie Smalls or IceCube. For me, it is always going to be a no-brainer. And I truly want them to stop putting B.I.G., the Notorious Big, in these conversations, in these thought up, dreamed up battles, comparisons, and all that. Stop it. For one, and for the main reason, Biggie does not have a large body of work. He didn't. He didn't even reach his creative apex. By the third or fourth album, Big probably would have been nuts. He doesn't have the catalog. You cannot keep comparing his little 12 songs to people who have 12 albums. It just doesn't make sense. Okay? So as much as people want to stick firm and hold tight to the legacy of B.I.G., done. There's no comparison. Stop putting Big up against these people who had a plethora of work that you can critique, that you can dissect, that you can pull apart. You can't do it with Big. You just can't do it. So y'all got to stop doing that. Was he a great MC? Yes. Salute for the Green Scream Sultan. Much appreciated for funding the war effort. Okay? You cannot keep doing that. Can't keep doing it. You do a disservice to the legacy of Big. Now, saying that, when you comparing Big to IceCube, some of you younger folks and some of you older folks from this coast or from the South that had West Coast bias at the time need to go do your homework when it comes to IceCube, okay? And storytelling specifically, because IceCube was one of the best and the most prolific storytellers that we have ever had in hip-hop. We can't. That is just an absolute fact. I've seen comments and read other comments where they say, did IceCube even storytell in any of his raps? And I'm like, as far as the tone of what I'm reading, raps, IceCube didn't rap. IceCube was an MC and he rhymed. Big is an MC and he rhymed. Okay? But if you go through IceCube's catalog and scratch the NWA shit, I'm talking about IceCube's first 3 solo joints. American Most, Kill at Will, right? Death Certificate. Son, that's like 16 story rhymes, songs. And what makes it even worse of a comparison is that Cube would give you a theme song, and in between 3 verses, the second verse may be a story. He consistently gave stories. It is what it is. If you want to say anything about Cube as a creative, as an artist, we're not talking personal. And again, this is what I want people to take out of these conversations, out of these debates. Take the personal out. Take the business out. Take the record sales, because that has nothing to do with the MC, the rapper. Nothing to do with it. The business is the business. As we see, the business, how it's ran, can cause you to excel, or it can cause you to get bumped out. That's the business. We're not talking about the rapper. We're not talking about the MC and what they do as a creative. So let's leave that right where it is. Leave it right where it is. Q as a multi-layered MC. Okay? As an MC. Bananas. Right? Of course, they want to give him the title of, what do you want to say? The Duke, the Prince of gangster rap. So he's a gangster rapper, right? Political, social commentary, political, social rapper, okay? Right? Then, of course, storytelling, and of course, well, later on, I don't know where he was going with some of those club joints, but he had a few of them. But all around, as a rapper, as an MC, he was very complete. Never heard him go off the top of his head. So we're not going to go there. That's a strictly East Coast, New York, tri-state area thing. Until much later on when we started getting into battle rap and all that. But in our circle, how we judged an MC, well, that's what we did, especially coming up when I'm talking about when we coming up in 79, when we coming up in, 86, 89, all those growing the culture and judging MCs on what they had. You have dudes that were strictly political and social. You had dudes that were strictly braggadocious. You had dudes that were storytellers. You had dudes that would sit in the crib all day, come outside and write. Come outside and, spit their little rhymes outside. Then you had dudes that was nice, straight off the top of the head, anywhere, at any time, right? So that was a complete rapper. And if you only have one or two stories and every day you come out you saying the same 2 or 3 stories, the kid down the block may have 9 or 10 stories. And soon everybody want to come and see him at the jam. So you had to be able to bust that pen. Which is why the comparison when we're speaking of Big and Cube, it's not fair. It's not fair. If you don't know IceCube's catalog, you need to go check it out. You need to really go through. You really need to see how many stories Cube have. I'm not even talking about just really though, Lil Ass G. What can I do? We ain't talking about Once Upon a Time in the Projects. We're not talking about, yo, Cube, man. Yo, Cube, bust the stories for the kids, man. For the kids. Come on. We talking story upon story upon story. All right? Can't go there. And Big, in his 3 albums and remixes and features, how many stories did Big really give y'all? How many stories did he give you? For real, for real. For them to even make that comparison, how many stories did Big really give y'all? I'll wait. I want to know. You can count on one hand how many stories Big gave you. He only had 3 albums. That's it. He only had 3 albums. After I got a story to tell, that's it. So where we going at? How can you compare that? And if you want to give it, say you want to give Big, say you want to give Big, I say give Big, 6 story records. 6. Say you give Big 6 story records. Because all that shit that you've been hearing, hypnotized, and that's not stories. You got warning, you got a story to tell, you got everyday struggle, right? Give me the loot ain't no story, but who shot you is not a story. So, in all that, I'm serious. Go through Big catalog and count. So if Big got 6, 7 stories, how can you compare that to somebody who may have 8 stories on one album? 8 stories on one album. Suicidal Thoughts is not a story per se. It's a reflection. It's more of speaking. It's not an actual story. Because he's telling you how he's feeling. You dig? So it's not a complete theme. It's not a complete story. Okay? Now, IceCube, a whole lot. Now, in between that, in between the, man, IceCube, if you take all the story rhymes, songs, verses, right? Because I told you he may have a song, and in the song, he may go in one direction in the first verse, second verse is a complete story, third verse may be something else with the outro. But if you take all the Cube stories from every album, he has about 3 albums worth of story rhymes. So where's this comparison? Where's the comparison? Now, in the context of the stories, how dope was Big? For real. And we're not going to expose or rip Big apart for the many suspect lyrics. We're not going to do that. This is not that type of class tonight. We're not going to rip him down like that. But I want to talk about the context and the vision that you get from Big stories in comparison to IceCube stories. We're going to get there, Mike Smooth. We're going to get there, okay? Right? Because so biggest story that everybody always likes to throw out there is I got a story to tell. Right or wrong. This is what I got a story to tell. Right? In this first verse, I kick flows for you. kick down doors for you. Even let all my mother hoes for you. Right? Niggas think Frankie pussy whip. Nigga picture that with Kodak. It's the Mac tat. We don't get down like that. Lay my game down quite flat. Sweetness, where you park that? Petiteness, but that ass fat. All right. What gets it over is the track, the flow, the voice, right? You understand what I'm saying? So it's pushing it. Big was a total package, image, and presentation. Everything about him, read commercial, success, and superstar. That's just what it is. But when you go into the bars and you have that picture in your head, he's not saying anything that's way out beyond comprehension. It's crystal clear. She got a body. Make her what? Nigga wanna eat that. I'm bucking with you. Right? All this here. Right. Honey, I'm home. Yup. Told Chrome for situations like this. I'm up in his broad. I know he won't like this. Come on now. Now I'm like, man, you better talk to him. Huh? Before the fifth, put a spark to him. What shit get dark to him. Put a part to him. Lose a major part to him. Arm, leg. She begging me to stop, but this cat getting closer. Getting hot like a toaster. I cocked the toast. Come on. Hot. 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 Don't get it wrong. Don't get it hot. Fire. In this time. Flaming. Is it complex? Is it complex? Is it something where you sitting and you're thinking, nah, that couldn't happen? Or, damn, that shit happened? It's all right. It's all right. Now, right? There you go. Look, not in my opinion. It's decent. It's decent. Now, when you get to Cube, same thing. The thing is, when Biggie was out with his stories, Cube had fell way off. Let's look now. Now, Cube been out since 1988. Big ain't come out to 9-3. 5 long years and a whole era later. Okay? When Big is dropping his joints and is at his apex, 9-5, 9-6. Cube is talking about we be clubbing. We be clubbing. And niggas is like, what the hell is Cube doing? What are you doing? We be clubbing? What is going on with you? Now you want to write movies and all that shit. What are you doing? We be clubbing. Ha, ha, ha. We be clubbing. No. So, of course, now all eyes are on Big. Nas, right? Because now, in that time span, Cube is like a dinosaur. Everybody's looking, everybody's getting props. Prodigy, everything is moving. So you come and talk about we be clubbing, and I push rhymes like wait, push rhymes like wait. Nah, son, what you doing? So this is where you get the break of people acknowledging how nice Cube really was and is. Okay? So when you go back into Cube's storytelling catalog, it sounds dated. Right? It does. Right? But to G or not to G is the question. And like Smith told Wesson, what? Shady with the 380 old school diploma. I leave that ass in a coma, right? If you got a herringbone, welcome to the Terror Dome 211. Sorry, Reverend. Woo! Oh my God, getting robbed. What'd he say? Reach for the small atomic dog. Hard to swallow, janky ass Rollo. Come on, man. Come on. Then he gets into it. 30 in the holding tank. Catch the vapors, make me a pillow out of toilet paper, concrete bench kicking off the hemorrhoids. Essays deep, don't with them boys. Phone check, what? Collect call from the baller. Her mama said, please don't call her. Do why did he? Far from New Jack City, seeing one of my peers. What the fuck you doing in here? He said 187 on the enemy. And they act like I just shot a Kennedy. Come on. Whole different picture, right? See where we going? Now, that's these things. And then again, like I told you, you can go once upon a time in the projects, yo. Right? You could do Nappy Dugout, the foulest shit that he got. Little ass G. Right? We got much joints from Cube and Big. But you see those two, the difference in their lyrics and what they was giving you. Dope. Fly. But them two still had to fall back when it came to the greatest storyteller of all time. Slick Rick, the ruler. Yeah. And his man Ricky D. Yeah. So we going to not play this game. Because Slick Rick, the ruler, is the epitome of storytelling. Hands down. Slick Rick the Ruler's stories never got dated. Just didn't get dated over time. His rhyme pattern, how he attacked the track, still to this very day is unmatched. So when you taking these two, you're saying Cube and Big, two from two different generations, two different eras, and they can't deal, right? They can't deal with Slick Rick. Come on now. Why are we even having this discussion? Slick Rick catalog is suspect. Slick had less of a catalog than Big. Do you hear what I'm saying? Slick Rick had less of a catalog than Big, and still, as a storyteller, is more impactful. The vision and the picture that you got in your head from what Slick Rick was giving you in 88, in 2024, still shits on a whole lot of MCs. Shits on them. Shits on them. And that is an absolute fact. You go into the great adventures of Slick Rick and see if right now, today, come on, man, Mona Lisa? Dun, 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 dun. Enough. Boom, 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 boom. Enough. Boom, boom. Done. Done. Okay? But if you want to go thick, you want to get in it, well, I'm sitting on my lunch break, grinning my teeth. It's the last day of the week, boy, what a relief. Come on now, come on. Come on. Stop. It's 12:55, almost time for the bell. Put the breath mints in the mouth so that the mouth won't smell. Now back on the job. I don't bother no one. I keep strictly to myself until my day is done. Come on. Now the job's finally over. It's time to have fun. And I'm hanging out with Trevor and this kid named John. Getting real drunker than a skunk and happy as can be. We went to the Latin quarters and we got him free. Come on now. Are we going there? You see the picture? Cause I'm a fly brown brother and you can't school me. Boogie Down was performing and they ain't no joke. And a bunch of Brooklyn kids was staring all down my throat. Was it my big chains when the big planes on them? Then they rolled on me and told me to run them. Come on, man. Come on. Are you serious? 1988? Come on. Come on. I said they really not real. They just the front for the girls. Then a whole bunch of just recaved my world. Come on, man. I wasn't paying so much shame. I wish I had not came. Come on, man. You serious? Come on. I can't be serious. Huh? I probably was, Derek. You know I was. Come on, man. Back there. Come on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Union Square, Latin Quarters. Huh? Was it my big chains with the big plates on them? Come on. All right? You see that feeling? See that emotion? Come on now. How many times you gonna listen to 10 Crack Commandments? How many times you gonna listen to 10 Crack Commandments? I can listen to Everyday Struggle more than I can listen to 10 Crack Commandments. I can listen to Who Shot Ya any time of day, every day when it come on. But come on, man. Warning, I could turn it off. I could do it. Now. Things unchanged. Listen. Big just wasn't that. He threw a story in there. Again, Big as a creative person didn't reach his apex. He just didn't. If Big would have survived to 999 maybe, there's no telling. There's no telling how much work with the array of production behind him. There's no telling. But he got cut short. Got cut short. Right? Like Sam Cooke got cut short. Jackie Wilson got cut short. Otis Redding got cut short. We don't know. We really don't know. Now, we know Slick is still around, and what happened? He fell off. Even in his last joint, he was just on a joint with Method Man and Alchemist. That shit was trash. It was trash. You understand what I'm saying? So now, when you stand strictly with storytelling and what it gives you, Ghostface Killer, yes indeed, Wu-Tang Clan's Ghostface Killer has put storytelling in a whole entirely different spectrum. Entirely. Entirely. The picture that he paints, the visual that he paints is just out of control. Out of control. When we're talking about storytelling in rap, when we're talking about storytelling in hip hop, Big and IceCube are like the first color TVs that, you turn, and when you break the handle or break the dial, you got to get the screwdriver and turn the shit. Dang, dang, dang. That's what Biggie and IceCube remind you of. Ghostface is strictly HD TV, smart TV shit. Straight up. Pales in comparison. They cannot see him at all. At all. All the way from Tears on 36 Chambers, we knew what he had. We knew what he had as far as stories. Now, after Tears, it just got better and better and better. We're not going to even get into Motherless Child. We're gonna leave Motherless Child right there where it's at. Okay? We're going to leave that right there. We're not even going to get into Shaky Dog. Because we're going to leave Shaky Dog right where it's at. Okay? I don't think they understand how prolific Ghostface Killer is with that pen. And when he puts it into some stories, IceCube ain't seeing him at all. Big wasn't seeing him on his best day. They not working with Starkey Love, hun. Check the strategy. Not doing it. Okay? So we're going to stop that. We're going to stop it. But, yeah, Shaky Dog was a... Listen. Listen. I don't even want to put Shaky Dog in this. All right? Okay? If you ever want to hear a MC give you a story that's going to have you right here in your seat and you visualizing a movie, go check out Shaky Dog. Ghostface Killer. Because this shit right here, Impossible, his verse from Impossible, listen, his verse from Impossible has to be one of the best verses in the story context ever in a rap. Simple as that, man. Simple as that. Call an ambulance. Jamie been shot. Word to Kemet. Don't go, son. Nigga, you my motherfucking heart. Stay still, son. Don't move. Just think about Kiba. She'll be 3 in January. Your young God needs you. The ambulance is taking too long. Everybody get the fuck back. Excuse me, man. Give me your jack. 1-718-911, low battery. Damn. Blood coming out his mouth. He bleeding badly. Nah, Jamie, don't start that shit. Keep your head up. If you escape, we getting out. Come on, man. Do you get? Hold up. Salute, Molly. Much appreciated. Salute. When we was 8, we went to Bat Day to see the Yanks. And 6'9", his father and mine's, they robbed banks. He pointed to the charm on his neck. With his last bit of energy, told me rock it with respect. Come on, man. Come on, man. I opened it. Seen the guard holding his kids. Photogenic. Tears burst out my wig. Plus he dropped one. Oh shit. Here comes his old Earth with no shoes on, screaming, holding her breasts. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Her breast with a gown on. Oh, man. Come on. Listen. She fell and then lightly touched his jaw, kissed him, rubbed his hair, turned around. The ambulance was there, plus the blue coats. Officer Loke took it as a joke. Weeks ago, he strip searched the guard and gave him back his coat. They just yelling, Beanie Man swung on Helen. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Blood on his wallies like ketchup. Listen. It can't be from you who to Lee's. Listen. I don't know. Listen. You cannot. Come on, man. You cannot even compare. Can't compare, yo. So please stop that. Please stop that. When you get the pen and you put something down on paper in rhyme form and you go into that booth and people can sit and listen and feel that, I guarantee ain't nothing Ghost not tears out your eyes. Straight up. Straight up. Several times. Several times. Okay? So storytelling, again, just like anything else, is an art to it. There's a creativity to it. It's creativity. It's just not nothing that Big or Cube could ever do when you are comparing them to Ghostface and Slick Rick. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Okay? Nah, that Slick Rick method, man, is nah. Is that Muggs or is it Alchemist? It's Muggs. No, it is Muggs. You right. You're absolutely right, Saul. It's Muggs. DJ Muggs, not Alchemist. I just get tight because some of the best hip hop that's being produced today is being produced by non-originals, Alchemist, Static Selector, Muggs. You dig? Not taking none away from, but those are the dudes that are giving us the hardest shit. You know, everybody else done on some other shit. But I don't like that Slick Rick meth shit. Don't like it at all. Don't like it. Don't like it. So that's my take on this discussion. Don't know who started, who set it off. But there's no way Big is messing with Cube in storytelling. It's just not happening. Cube literally, he has 3 albums worth of stories. Literally. IceCube has about, you take all his singles off of all his albums, he got 3 albums worth of story rhymes. That's so how can you compare Big to that? Big probably, I'm telling you, Big probably got 6 to 8 songs. Say Nas is a better storyteller than who? Nah, Nas is all right. Nas is all right. Not a storyteller. On wildin' now? Yeah, I know. I know I was gonna get a couple in here. You say I'm wildin'. That's y'all could be big diehards all you want. Big was better than IceCube? Okay, how old are you? 36? You always get them youngins that come in here with that shit. That Big is better than Cube. You always get that. Always. And those are the ones who can't quote off no Cube album. No Cube album. You can't name Cube albums at all. At all. Now, y'all could talk that Big shit if you want. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. Slick Rick didn't fall off. You like that joint with him and Meth? I think that was the worst flow I ever heard Rick have. Ever. How you never, so you can't speak, Sam? Not in this dialogue right here. You never got into West Coast, man. You know how much West Coast hip hop there is? You missing out. That's why I'm gonna always stick to what I say. Hip hop is forever. Because if you never got into West Coast music, that means you missed out on a whole Bay Area sound. And Bay Area artists got some fire. Fire in the Bay. Fire. Bay Area got some shit. Just like Detroit. If you haven't been in that Detroit mix and really got up in that, you missing. You missing out. They got, listen, man. This is global now. It is absolutely no excuse for us to have any type of biases. Early on, maybe. Early on, our biggest critique was those dudes don't rhyme. They not spitting. They don't have, what we considered, because we started it, an advanced way of delivering the music. And they didn't. I don't want some MC Shy D shit, Luke shit, this shit. The only thing they really had that had a lot of lyricism in it was Ghetto Boys, early NWA, Ice-T. That was it. But if you didn't catch up, now it's no excuse. You go to the Bay Area, they got some shit. And hieroglyphics is fire. They're not the only ones. They had a whole bunch. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, that Bay Area got some shit. They got some shit. When I'm telling you, Detroit got some shit. Detroit got some shit. It's a lot of different MCs from different regions. That's fire. But if you're only looking at what we got commercially from these labels and these entities, shit. People still didn't get all of Obi Trice catalog. Obi was a beast. It's a lot out there. So I'm just saying, in that though, when we talking specifically for this argument with the storytelling, fucking with Slick Rick and Ghost. Big can't see it, man. You gotta, I'm gonna always keep it thorough. Big didn't live out to his full potential. We don't know what he would have became, so we can only base it off of what we have right here. Recorded material, first album, second album, that third put together shit out, and these little, you can't put them up against nobody that got 5, 6 albums. You can't put them up against somebody that got 10, 12 albums. It just doesn't make sense. We don't do that with anything else. Nothing else. Nothing else we ever make that comparison. You see that? Y'all compare it. Jordan got 6 rings. 6-0 in finals. How you gonna put that up against somebody that got 1 little ring? Come on, you gonna laugh at that shit. You're like, come on, son. 1 ring? There's no comparison. So how you gonna try to do that with Big? Can't do that. So don't allow people to create these narratives, these false narratives tomorrow. Oh, he better than Cube. Where? He definitely wasn't as multi-layered as Cube. He couldn't do what Cube done. Definitely not politically. The social awareness in his album. Several albums. Or he would have did it. There's not one, Big ain't give you one song with any type of consciousness. He gave you a couple of reflective pieces, right? Like Sky's the Limit again, Gave you a couple of little reflective pieces from a street perspective, and got a little vulnerable here and there, but fuck out of here. Nah. It's just your man Cube so loud. So loud. That's what happened. Right, that's what we talking about, Big. He wasn't around long enough. But he could have at least gave you a little something. He could have gave you a little something to show you that he could go in that direction. All MCs do that. All MCs do that. They give you a little something because of how the industry was structured, what they were allowing an MC to do, how much creative control an artist was able to have. It showed in what. But then again, dudes was doing radio. Dudes was freestyling on the radios. Dudes was coming up to Stretch Armstrong. Dudes was going to back then Kiss FM, BLS, mixtapes. Dudes was in the. Listen, I threw a whole party for Miss Jones. Whole party. Everybody in the industry was there. They all was on the stage freestyling. All of them. Big was there. Fat Joe was there. Nas was there. Who else was there? That Dougie was there. LL. Everybody was there. They was getting busy on stage. You always had an opportunity to showcase what you were. So why the hell Big ain't do no freestyles on any of them radio shows? And then they was doing radio across the country. So you mean in all that, he never ever spit nothing conscious, nothing political, nowhere? You can get busy. You had opportunity to do it. At any given time back then, especially when it's time to get busy. We're not talking about now where you can go live on Instagram and you didn't have that back then. So your only opportunity to be heard was on radio or on the street or in the clubs, right? Because your label wasn't letting you do nothing. They was tying these dudes' hands. Nah, you don't want to do that because you might mess up what the record got going on, and we trying to have this type of push and bullshit. So as an MC, especially when you're around other MCs, you're supposed to get busy. You're supposed to get busy. And what happened? Every time Cube had an opportunity, he showed you that he was conscious, that he was reflective, that he spoke politics of the day, that he was on some gangster street shit. He showed you every dimension. KRS showed you every dimension. Every artist showed you different dimensions because they know that they didn't have that much time to catch your attention. So if Big was about it or would have been about that, he would have showed you. So nah, you can't mess with Cube. We don't stop that. We don't stop that. It would be very different if we had 4 or 5 albums to make that comparison. But we don't. We don't. So, again, Ghostface Killer. Ghostface Killer. One of the absolute, if not the absolute best MC. Storytelling or otherwise. The only flaw in Ghost's space as an MC is he's limited going off the top of his head. Limited. That's it. That's why Deck is one of the nicest in Wu-Tang. Because Deck go off the top of his head with that shit. Listen, I'm not biased when it comes to that. I'll tell you in a heartbeat. Everything out of the camp wasn't all that. Just everything out of the camp wasn't all that. Okay? I'm going to keep it 1,000. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Because I was there. And I was with him. Shit, I was with AZ too. Y'all never hear me say nothing about him? Now, his pen is right. I'm just telling you right now. Ghost. You can't mess with him. There you go, Mook. We not going there with that, Mook. Don't come up in here with that shit, man. Y'all gonna leave that dude alone, man. He was ill. He had his moments. So stop that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So you say he was better than Jizza? Yeah. Yeah. In a lot of spaces, hell yeah. Jizza deep, don't get me wrong. But again, here's the problem with dudes that are super, super nice. Right? That they're so nice. Their output is not enough. And that's what Jizza is. That's what you get when you get Jizza. That output just isn't there. You dig? His catalog, especially being that he was in the game before all of them. Once they took off, and he was, after Liquid Swords and all that, he should have had just as much as catalog as Ghost. Hey, yo, Mark, y'all gonna cut that out, man. Leave that dude alone, man. All of Wu is nice. They all nicer, 10 times nicer than half the industry. Let's leave it like that. The weakest dude in Wu is nicer than 60% of the industry. Because they just that nice. Y'all coming in here, man. Leave that man alone, man. Don't do that. He has some shining moments. Come on, man. Y'all playing, man. Leave that man alone, man. He got his weight up. He got his weight up on Impossible too. Come on, cut that out. Ain't no Winter Wars. Y'all gonna cut that out. Killer Priest need to be mentioned. Priest is nice. Priest is nice. But who understands all that? You gotta be able to understand that. When he tone it down and give you just the MC, yeah, he's nice, but I stand wisely between two pillars of ivory. Of course. But again, come on, man. yo, y'all gonna cut that out. Not Trent Tucker. Yo, y'all wildin', yo. Yo, cut it out. I think it said Trent Tucker. Yo, you're not gonna do that. Stop, man. Stop, yo. Stop. Come on, yo. It said Trent Tucker, Rory Sparrow. Yo, chill, man. Come on, yo. Oh, man. Y'all wildin'. I can't mess with y'all. Yo, I'm getting ready to end this, man. We gonna stop this right now. Yeah, we're gonna stop this right now. We gonna have a different class though in the morning. I got a totally different class in the morning. And I know you people hit me and y'all want me to speak on this what is dude name, man, that just copped out. I don't care about them dudes, yo. I really don't, man. I don't. I don't. What's the dude name? In that slime case, he just copped out. I don't care about that shit like that. Overwhelmed as my mind roams around. Scream loud, couldn't buzz a crowd, no matter how loud they get. Come on, yeah. But what is dude name? Somebody help me out, man. This dude just copped out. And people were sending, yeah. Thank you, Mayo. YFN Lucci. Like, see, here's the thing. I don't know enough about the case. What's my favorite Ghost album? It's a toss-up between Bulletproof Wallets and Supreme Clientele. Iron Man was dope, don't get me wrong, but Supreme Clientele, Bulletproof Wallets, you know, those was it. Them two. But were those dudes, was he charged with busting his hammer? This YFN Lucci dude. Was any of them? And I'm not talking about the cliques. I'm not talking about the street. I'm talking about the dudes, the rap dudes. And were they the ones charged? Did they let that thing go? If they didn't let that thing go, I don't care about them dudes in the least. That shit don't move me, whether they sit in jail, whether they come home. I don't give a damn about them. They boots to me. Them dudes is ass. You not the one throwing that hammer? I don't care about you. I don't. None of that shit moved me. If they went to jail forever, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't. And if they did, if they are the ones who put that pain in, and you go down, then go down. I did mine, go do yours. Nigga, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. That's why I don't speak on none of that shit. I'm about prevention. Straight up. We have to stop allowing ourselves to be picked up off the streets and thrown behind bars because you might not make it. You might not make it. Simple as that. You could go in there. I've seen dudes do 25 joints unscathed. Not a blemish, not a scar. Mind intact, health intact. Do it. And I've seen dudes come in there and in the first 2 weeks they hang up. Just ain't built for it and not conditioned for it. So when it comes to these rap dudes, I don't give a damn about none of them dudes. None of them. Especially if you was in a position where these old face was giving you a bag to bust your little raps and you stayed in the streets with it. Nigga, when they come for you, don't cry, don't rat. Go do that number. That's it. The pain for them dudes always talking that, yo, I don't wish jail on nobody. Man, fuck them niggas. They all go to jail. You get your mind right. Get your mind right in jail. Time I tell these dudes in the street, yo, sir, you got $1? And you in your 20s, you begging for $1? Go to jail, son, and you'll get right. And people be standing there looking at me shocked, and my people be giggling and shit. And I'm telling them, I ain't got no pity for that shit. They give you 3 hearts. Sonia Brooks, salute for the green screen. Thank you for funding the war effort. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, go inside. You toe up, you hungry like that? Go throw a brick, get you a little bullet or something, get your shit right. Fuck you out here begging in the poor communities for? You begging? Take your ass across the bridge to the rich part of town. Let them take care of you. Capitalism is what's doing this. So you go to the capitalists. You begging in the hood instead of trying to get some work in a hustle or do something. You know what I'm saying? Pumping gas or sweeping in front of a store. Do something. Dudes is begging, then you come around the corner, you see him again, they going in the store to buy Lucy and the fuck out of here. Go to jail. Go to jail. You be all right. You be all right. You get 3 meals, you get stay soap, wash your ass, you come home, you get right. Simple as that. Out here. So if these dudes was in the mix and they got jammed up and they spitting that shit in their lyrics and they coming for him, and that wasn't you was fronting all this time, you ain't bust that thing, but you was running with everybody. We had them dudes in BK too. Yo, such and such and them clapped that dude. Yo, such and them was busting. And 1 and 2 of them with such and they just running behind. Ain't clapping nothing. But he be with them. So everybody think these other 2 is tough too. They ain't tough, they pussy. But they running with them and them. So when they go down, nah, don't rat. Go do that time. Hold that down. Cause you wanted to be with and them. So these rap dudes want to do that. They want to throw this image out there and all, and now we free them. Freedom? Freedom, nigga. Let them do their time. Let them get learned up. Let them go in there and learn about George Jackson, Eldridge Cleaver, Leonard Peltier. Let them go get some reading. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't feel nothing for him. So when dude cop out, whether he ratted or not, or whatever the hell he doing, fuck out of here. Rome streets. I really haven't had time to absorb all that. You know? Fire, but again, I've been working, so I missed a lot of the Rome streets. Missed a lot. At one time, I was on it, but I missed a lot. Indeed, go get learned up. I don't want to hear that shit. You always jail or nobody. Fuck out of here. I was jail on a whole lot of punks. Whole lot of dudes, because they need it, because the streets is twisted. It's out of order. Out of order. So if you out of pocket, what? You doing some dumb shit? Yeah, nigga, I see dudes every day. I be looking like, damn, why the fuck you ain't in jail? Go somewhere. You wasting oxygen out here doing dumb shit. Don't miss me with that sucker shit. Dudes be saying rhetoric shit. Like it's cool to say, you're always jail and death for nobody. Man, not me. No. 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 Yeah, then go ahead, beat it. Beat it. Take your ass to the mountains. Got dudes running around stabbing and killing their own family members and all that. And y'all always jail on nobody. Nah, fuck out of here. That's why I'm specifically not want to advocate for prison reform and all that other wild shit, because you got dudes in there that on the street do some bullshit. So when you trying to reform certain laws and policies, they benefit from that shit too, dumbass. The pedophiles is going to benefit from any type of reform too. The sneak thieving ass dudes, the scammers, all that little punk shit, they get the benefit of that too. It's not going to be the violent dude. It's not going to always be your man, you know? All that sucker shit. Racists that done killed black babies and all that, they going to get the same reforms too. So you going to make it comfortable for them too? Nah, man, I did it rough. Everybody do it rough. I did it damn rough. Y'all go do it rough too. Especially if you was in the rap game and you eating and you playing butt games with Diddy and all them, and y'all flying out and doing and making records everywhere, and now you get jammed. Now it's free, this dude? Get the fuck out of here. Nah, not me. Go to jail, homie. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. You dig? You'll be alright. So again, don't believe in me, believe in my belief in you. Yeah, believe in my belief in you. And like I told people on my Instagram earlier, all right? Listen, there's some people in some very dire situations, very, very, very messed up conditions, and every day, they get up and they try to find a better way. They attempt to make their lives better. So if you don't have that struggle, if you're not in those conditions, damn it, there's no way in hell you shouldn't be up attacking every hour like you on a mission. You got to believe in yourself more than any other thing around. You got to. You have to. And you have to find your happy. You gotta find your happy, man. We are all manifestations of thought. If you think broke, you're gonna be broke. If you think depressed, you're gonna be depressed. If you think struggling is supposed to bring you down, if that's the thing for struggle, if that's what's in your head, you're never gonna welcome it. I welcome the struggle. Struggle is advancing. It's facing specific conditions that was put there to slow you down. So you gotta welcome that shit. That's a challenge. You understand? You gotta think happy. Think militancy. Because when you step out your door, when you leave your crib, don't nobody give a fuck about none of that. None of that sad feeling, none of that depressed, none of that rage and anger. Nobody don't care about that shit. That's your shit. And you're gonna be off balance. And that's why dudes walk outside and walk right into a bed. Because they're not thinking. They're not on purpose, on point. They're failing. That's how dudes walk out into the street and walk into cars or fall and walk right into train tracks or do all type of weird, wild shit because you're not focused. You're so busy in your head, in your thought about what somebody else think about you or what failure or who's trying to block this and that. None of that shit don't matter. You are a manifestation of what you believe about yourself. You think them 5%ers survived the 70s and the 80s. They said, yo, I am God. Arm a leg, arm a head. You know how motivating that was, that you had dudes that couldn't even read past the third and fourth grade, got knowledge of self, and ran through the lessons and went back up in them schools and was top students. That's some powerful, man, encouraging information. I'm God. And they live by it. And it's a belief. They manifest that shit. I'm God. What's your attribute? How you see today's man? My attribute is scientific knowledge and what? Them O-Phase and fucking 10% is looking at them like, who? And a lot of them survived through that, through all that. Talking about joblessness and all that. They wasn't even letting us in the job market like that. There was some conditions that you had to go through. But you got a manifestation of your thoughts about yourself. And if you think that you're ready to check out, you're going to check out. And you think anybody going to give a damn 10, 15 minutes after your ass is cold and in the morning, you wrong. Life goes on, baby. Everybody else is going to move. They're going to do what they have to do. They're going to continue to survive, whether you here or not, whether you depressed or not. You understand? Whether you sad or not, whether you on your knees or not, the world don't give a damn about that shit, yo. So talk to whoever you gotta talk to, get some type of therapy, and get your shit right. That's for real. Now, you can sit out there and lay down and act like and have a pity party if you want to. Nobody don't give a fuck about that. Straight up. It ain't there. Think peace. Think happy. Think militancy. Think rage. Think of going through and making sure you attack your enemy on sight. But it's when you want to fight, not when they want to fight. That's how you move, man. That's how we gotta move. Manifestation of your thoughts. But when you go lay down, think happy, think strength, think physical abilities, proper shit. I got a chick that I'm following on IG that's paralyzed. And every day, she's smiling, cheesing, making content and all that. Come on. If you don't have them goddamn ailments and disabilities, them type of handicaps and shit in your way, stop thinking bullshit. Cut that shit out. Stop believing these derelict ass niggas is talking about real estate, this financial literacy, that, and all this other bullshit that these crackers got. Nah, man. We warriors, we are soldiers. And the only way you win is you get balance. Fuck out of here. I done seen dudes throw away $1 million in the street, man. That money ain't it. That ain't it. When your mind ain't right. Get your minds right. That's where we at. Get your minds right. Balance. So I don't speak on them. No, fuck them dudes. They didn't go to jail. Goddamn. You don't think I care about young dudes in dresses and getting high all day, making rap music, going to jail? See you. Hope you can hold it down. All right? So again, all peace and power to the people that struggle. Don't believe in me, believe in my belief in you. Again, much appreciated for those who funding the war effort. Alright? Much appreciated for my classroom assistants that's holding it down. No matter what time class is. You understand that? You dig? That's where we at with it. And if you need that encouragement, you need that structure, book you an assessment. Start getting them sessions in. All right? Peace.